Hi again, everybody. It's Colleen checking in.
Pig farts, here I come. Pig farts, yum, yum, yum.
I watched Cindy's video that she just put up, and she brought up the fact that we weren't really talking, and then she came up with this really cool idea for a game where she would ask a question, and then I would answer it, and then I'd ask a question, and then whoever's next on the list, Krista is, or whoever, answers their question, and then, it's kind of a chain thing, and I really like that idea. So, Cindy's question was, if you had the means of illegally obtaining $1 million, how would you obtain it, and what would you spend it on? I've been thinking actually quite a bit about this since I saw her video, and I guess the most obvious answer would be, stealing it from a bank, or, counterfeiting it. But, you know me, I like to go one step beyond and think of a really creative answer. And it occurred to me I can use thievery for my answer, but not in the way you think. As you all know, James Cameron's film Avatar recently became the highest grossing film of all time, surpassing his other great movie, Titanic. And when I saw this movie, I was shocked at how, I guess, unoriginal the core of it really was. I mean, when you think about it, Avatar basically took a Disney plot, which in turn was stolen from and bastardized from an actual historical event, and he just turned the characters blue. That seems like a pretty ridiculous and simple formula for highest grossing film of all time. So I figure if I just do the same thing, take some plot from history and turn the characters a really weird color. We're gonna add in a ridiculously hot female co-star because, that ups the ratings and the ticket sales, I guess, as sexist as it is. But I too can come up with the highest grossing film of all time. But how is this illegal in keeping with Cindy's question? I'm going to receive the funding and the sponsoring for the making of this movie by robbing everyone I see at gunpoint. I'm gonna get $1 million at some point, I guess. So once I rob people at gunpoint, make the movie with the money I make from that, get all the money I get from the sales of this new highest grossing film of all time, I will have made my $1 million. And the second part of the question is, what are you going to do with it? This part I can't really get creative with, to be honest. I would pay off all my college loans. That would probably knock off about $100,000. After that, I'd probably take a cruise and just use some vacation time. I don't know how much that would cost, but there'd definitely be some left over. Then maybe I'll just buy a shrimp boat and shrimp the waters of the Gulf of Mexico, Alright, so now for my question. My question's going to be a little different. It's not going to be a what-if scenario. I am going to ask, for all of you who can remember your dreams, I don't know if all of you can, I know some people can't, what is one dream that you've had that has forced you to wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night wondering if it was real? Now, dreams can get really intense, and I've had a lot of those. I actually kept quite a few dream journals in my day, and to answer my own question as Cindy answered hers, I am going to read an entry from, I think it was last spring. The first half of the dream took place in Grandmom's nursing home. Me and my dad were talking with a young male doctor, and he'd done some sort of testing on Grandmom, and it had to do with something in her intestines, and whatever it was he found meant Grandmother only had a few days to live. Grandmother wasn't present in the dream herself, but she supposedly flipped shit over the news. I mean, who wouldn't? And I began bawling like a fool myself over the news. The second half of the dream was in a parking lot. A blonde-haired girl in a silver car, and my persona in the dream recognized her as my older sister, even though my older sister was stillborn 15 months before. She was wearing a blue shirt, too, but whatever significance that means, I don't really know. Anyway, a second unrecognizable girl stood outside the car, and this girl, Megan, goes to pull out, and she runs over the second girl's foot, and it becomes severed and shattered from the ankle. Yeah, the foot literally twisted and snapped right out of the ankle. That's really gross. I'm sorry you had to listen to that. The girl flips off, and I go running after the car. I can vaguely recall details of myself wandering among huge moss-covered boulders with water trickling down the sides, all alone, but that didn't seem to be an overly significant part of the dream. And then I woke up several times during the night. The dream was distressing and intense. So yeah, that's my weird dream. It was really bizarre from what I can remember, and I do have a lot of freaky dreams like that because I guess I'm a freak, you know? Just some things you really can't avoid. So anyway, whoever's next in line, answer my dream question and make up your own, and I guess answer Cindy's question too. I guess it'll be a cumulative chain. And until next time.